Cheese on bread. We're back again with another banger. The Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Hey, consistency is key. Today, we're going to discuss a major key, what is necessary for all DJs. Now, a lot of you are going to have this, but it's going to be a few of you that don't, so you're going to need some help on this one. So remember, episode 1, we spoke about some of the entry basic equipment, the stuff that you need to be a mobile DJ, your booth, your headphones, your microphones, your lights, your speakers. That's what you need to be a basic DJ. That was episode 1. If you've missed that one, go and check it out. Episode 2, we was talking about getting your first few bookings in there. We was talking about the best ways to get your first few bookings, things to do to get your first bookings, and also important paperwork that you're going to need, which is your PAT certificate and obviously your public liability insurance. If you don't know what those things are, or this is your first episode, head over to episode 2. Then we spoke about some of the equipment names, some of the acronyms and things that are used for equipment, and these things will really, really help you, especially when you're seeing those contracts and all those different things that got different, and you're like, oh, what's this? What's that? If you want to know what cables and stuff are called, that is going to be in episode number 3. These are your basic, this is the entry-level, entry startup stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? And in this episode, we're going to talk about the Fantastic Four. It's the last piece for you to be fully ready for you to take public work. When we spoke about it before, we was talking about more the friends and family and getting started and things of that nature. But now we're leaving that realm and we're going to go into the public domain. And before you go in the public domain, you need this. So, you know what? Roll the sexy intro and let's get into it so we don't leave people in the dark. So today on the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast, we are going to be talking about a DJ contract. Now, a DJ contract is necessary and it will back you in certain scenarios. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. When it comes to DJing and paperwork, a lot of the time, the things that we're having, we technically don't want to use. So what I want you to understand is that when we're getting all this paperwork, when we're getting the public liability, when we're getting the PAT certificate, and when we're having contracts, these are all your boring bits of paperwork. Now, the goal is that we don't want to use any of these. Now, it's a little bit annoying because you're paying out every single year for public liability insurance, but you don't want to use it. So you're just putting money, basically you're just chucking it away just so you can have the certificate, but it's necessary. And same thing goes for your PAT certificate. We don't want to be, your PAT certificate to fail. You don't want that, but you want it so you can have these paperworks that can make you go places. You can go anywhere you need to be. And if you want to look at it, the law is behind you. When things go tits up. Now, I'm going to be honest. When it comes to tits up, I've never used my public liability, and I don't want to use my public liability. I've never had to want to pull out a contract to refer to something to a customer, because if you're doing that, there's a high chance that you might end up in court. Because that will be the reason that you're going through certain paperwork. Someone's not happy. Most likely, it probably is going to be the client. They might not be happy with something that you did, something that you said that you was going to do that you didn't do. So these things is a great way for you to have a contract, to have the things in, even when it comes to the style of work that you want to do and how you like to work and how you like or want to do things in your company. These are the things that you want to have inside your contract. Now, funny enough, all of us sign contracts all the time. We agree to terms and conditions. There's lots of jargon. Most of us, 98% of us, don't even read these things, which, guys, I'm not going to lie, is dangerous, because there could be all kinds in these contracts, all kinds. And if you agree to it, you've agreed to everything that has been written there by, usually it's the service provider. So it will be, Let's take a big one. Social media. They update their terms and conditions about 2 or 3 times a year, and we just say yep, agree, because no one's reading 12 pages. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, we're not doing a 12-pager. We're not doing that. I think short and sweet is the best. Not too short, because you want to make sure your things are in there. So technically, it takes whatever it takes for you to have the things in there that you know that you're happy. Once the client signs that contract, then you know you're happy with the things in there. So if you haven't got a contract, I'm going to talk about 7 basic points and things that should be inside your contract. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not a lawyer. You know this. I am not a lawyer. I'm no one of that nature. I'm just trying to give tips and tricks to help others that was in a place where I was when I didn't know certain things. So this video or this podcast, this audio recording or video, if you're watching on YouTube, is going to be very helpful helpful for the past me, so I'm hoping it's going to help somebody else in that position also. So point number one in your contract, some of the basic stuff that it's going to need in there is the people that are involved in this contract. Who is involved in this? Obviously, it will be you would be the first name because you're the one that's going to have this contract that you're going to be sending to the client. So your name and your contact details will all be in there. It might be your address, your business address, your name, your contact number, everything that says who you are. So we know with this information, we can find out exactly who you are as a DJ or the service provider. Next, we're going to have the client, the person who is being signed into this agreement. Who's coming? Who's involved? Who's involved? It can be the bride, if it's a wedding. It can be the bride or the groom. If it's a birthday, it can be the person paying for the wedding or the person whose birthday it is. Did I confuse? Who's paying for the birthday? You get what I'm, guys, come on, man. You get what I'm saying. The people that are involved. So these two names will generally be on the first page or at the top of the contract because these are the people that are binded in. So that's going to be point number one, the people involved in the contract. These things have to be there because if they're not in there, if the names are not there, those people can't go to court. The only people that can are the names in there. Bear in mind, I'm not a judge. I've just watched Bear Judge Judy. But obviously, at the same time, I've done contracts myself. I've done contracts to book other DJs internationally. I've rewritten my contract, and I've got contract. Well, not actually. I never rewrote my contract. I got my latest contract done by a solicitor, and I went through everything with them, and I spoke to them about all the things I do and how I want to do things. So I've sought legal advice to do my contract. But even when I first came up, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I found a basic contract online. I tweaked it, and that's what I used for like my first year. But then afterwards, I started noticing that there's some things in the contract that wasn't covering me for the way I work. That's why I say it's good for you to make the contract for you. Everyone's going to be different. Yes, there's templates out there. Yes, there's some easy sources out there. And maybe when you start, they will be perfectly fine because that's kind of basically what I did. But I know where I am now, those contracts won't help me anymore. There's too much things that are not in there for the way I work. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, point number two, let's keep moving. Next in the contract is what are you going to do for the client? What is it that you are going to do? Now, let's just keep it nice and basic. If you're a DJ first coming in, let's just say you got one package, two package. Those two packages, whatever it is that they entail, you would have that in writing. So let's just say we've got, guys, one thing I'm going to say, see what I'm about to say, I jump into things, quick tips. I'm going to do a quick tip right here. Bronze, silver, and gold is dead. If you've got bronze, silver, and gold packages, guys, that's dead. And the reason I say it's dead, because everyone and their mum's dog is doing that. Guys, it's all about being unique. Use what you have upstairs. Use your brain and try and come up with 3 other names. 3 different things. There's lots of different things to use. Let me give you another tip, like what I tried to do. When you've got gold, silver, bronze, nobody wants bronze because it's bronze, isn't it? It doesn't sound nice unless you're going to get a spray tan. Bronze doesn't sound good unless you want something to be brown. Do you know what I mean? So when you have bronze, silver, gold, all you're saying is cheap, middle, and expensive. I found it a better way to have 3 names that don't actually say whether something is cheap or whether something is expensive. Just let the price do the talking. So when you've got your first package, that might be the smaller one, and it might be cool. Just for instance, let's just call it wood, plastic, and glass. Who knows the difference between? But they just got 3 different names. You don't need to have bronze, silver, gold. I think that is dead and dated, and it means you're not using your brain. So guys, be creative. Come up with different names for your packages. You don't have to do what others are doing. If you see someone else doing it, that means what it hopefully should make for you to do is for you to say, I'm not doing that, but I'm using that as inspiration for me to come up with my thing. And then that's your thing, which then separates you from everyone else. Do that with everything and you'll win. Anyway, sorry guys, let's get back onto what we're talking about here. Sorry, I get carried away. Sorry, that's why I've got a podcast so I can chat because I talk too much. But anyway, so going back to what you're going to do for them. So you pick one of your package prices. Let's just say we're going to go for the glass package. You're going to go into the glass package. The package has A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Those are the services that you're going to offer. Whether that package might have a 5-hour DJ set, up lights and speakers, or you can just round it as an entertainment package so they know it's going to have all of those things in there. How much time you're going to need to DJ for, your breakdown, all the things that's in there, that is what you write inside that part. And that's the part what you are offering to the client. And it's clear. It needs to be, I feel it needs to be clear what it is, because you got to remember, let's just say we're heading into court. The judge is going to be reading that like, okay, so what, big man, did you bring those lights? Because it says here, and whatever it says here, they're going to be referring that to you. And hopefully you've got all of those things. So put the things, what you're going to be doing for that client inside that part, so it covers you for all those things. And make sure you do those things. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's roll on. Point number 3, payment terms. Payment terms. This is the part we like, because money. Everyone loves money. Well, I do. I love money. Money makes things easy. Money makes business work. And in this part, we're going to talk about payment terms. If you remember one of the other videos, I was speaking about payment terms, about taking a deposit and a final payment. Deposit and a final payment. Inside this thing, inside my contract is not activated until it's signed and a deposit's been paid. There'll be some people that try to sign a contract and leave it. I'm like, no. If there's no bread and butter, this contract's void, because it even says it in the contract, guys. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, you have your deposit, however that much is, and then it's going to be your final payment, however that much is. And they need dates, guys. They need dates attached to them. Usually your deposit will be whenever that payment is made, because the client might want to make it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whatever. You know, they've all got their different styles. But the last payment must have a date. It cannot just be, oh, just pay me, whenever. No, whether it's going to be a week before, 2 weeks before, a month before. I like to put the actual date, the actual payment date. Last date, payment date is boom, and then that person knows. Then we send out an email closer to the time to let that person know, just in case they forgot, and they pay it. But in your contract, you must have payment terms so we know when you are to be paid. Now, like I said, all these things is not so you can enforce them like a police officer. So if someone's a day or two late, or sometimes early, that doesn't void the contract. It's just so it gives you something to follow, a train track. It gives you a road to go down. Do you know what I mean? So payment terms are going to be part of your contract. Let's move on. Number 4, liabilities and responsibilities. Who is liable and responsible for what? What is it that you're going to do? What is it that you are responsible for? And what is it that your client is responsible for? Just to give you a bit of an example, if I'm doing an all-day wedding, I'm going to get quite hungry. Now, I don't want to bring a packed lunch when I'm working. So one of the things that I put as a responsibility for the client is to provide food for the staff, which would be me and my assistant. So then I would put that into my contract. Most clients are nice enough to supply that anyway without even reading the contract. But once again, I don't want to be working for someone for 7, 8, 10, 12, sometimes 15, guys, 15 hours. And if there's no food in there, technically by law, if they don't feed you, that's on you. And then you have to go out and source yourself the usual, Tesco's, the meal deal, or whatever it is. Because, I'm just starting to realize that this podcast is worldwide, guys. So you might hear me saying stuff that's not to the UK, because I'm looking, and the US are listening, a lot of them. So I might have to start talking in dollars and what other things they use. I might have to start talking in dollars and feet and ounces and all that sort of stuff, because it's tight between the UK and the US. It's tight. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Back on schedule. You don't want to be bringing, I don't want to be bringing a lunch. The reason why, I want to focus on the job I've got to do. Now, with the work that we do, guys, there's a lot to think about. Now, I don't want to think about, let me stop off at Tesco's and get a meal do, or let me stop off at this place, or let me grab this, or let me make sure I've got, no. I've got enough to focus on, whether it be the announcements, the speech, the songs, the vibe. I've got these things to process in my head, and I want my head to be 100% engaged into the work that I'm going to do that day, so I can do the best job that I'm going to do to make sure I've got 100% focus. I don't want 5% taken off trying to think about lunch. So that's why I put it in there. So these are things that you can just to give you an idea as to what it is that a client might be responsible for. Some people I've seen in some of their contracts, they put the client responsible for the health and safety of the place, to make sure that, there's nothing to trip over, or nothing to hurt you, and nothing to. I think that's not on the client. I think that's more up to the venue. But that's the reason why I got a customized contract made for myself. But having things that you're responsible for, playing the music, providing the, obviously you can't make people dance, so you can't say in the contract, oh yeah, I'm going to be making everyone dance, it's going to be a raging party. No, you're going to deliver the service, you're going to bring the equipment, you're going to be there on time, you're going to set up, you're going to deliver the music, you're going to pack away, and you're going to leave without damaging the place. That's what you got to do, and then you're going to have the stuff what they're going to do. So those things will be in the contract. Let's roll on that swiftly. All right. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. T's and C's. Terms and conditions. Now, guys, as you remember, episode 6, where I was talking about that guy who I had to drapes up. Now, this must be in all DJs' contracts. It must be there. I don't care. I'm going to say some things, these things, like some of the things I've gone through are standard procedure. Like that's what a contract is, and doesn't matter what contract you've got, that's going to be in there. But in your T's and C's, this is where you have your terms and conditions, what the terms and the conditions that you are happy to operate and work under. This is yours. You're putting it in. Now, one of my T's and C's, as you know, in there, is that if anyone is giving me profanities, abuse, or physical intervention, if anyone's touching me, saying efferys, mocking the ting, I am out. I'm out, guys. I am out. I'm out. Because if I never had that in my contract that time, by law, I've got to accept this talk from this guy, but I'm not accepting it. It's in my contract. I think what's a good thing as well to do is if you're going to enforce one of the things in your contract that you know the client's not going to like. Now, if the client is effing and blinding, wow. Wow, that's peak. But you can just pack up and tell, the groom, the bride, the birthday person, the venue, I'm out. Like if you want to see me in court, I'll see you in court because you've signed up, and the court's going to be an easy process. I'll send my contract. They'll look at it. They'll be like, you know what? We might not even go in for this. We'll just send it to the woman and just say, look, you can either come and pay the court fees because you're going to pay big money to call, 247 here and everyone here. You're going to take money out of his day, money out of everyone's day, and if you lose, all the bills are on you. Do you know what I mean? So I say, look, man, you want to see me in court? See me in court. My thing's patterned, and that's the reason why it's good to have a contract with those things in there. No abuse from anyone. No abuse. We're not having it. Well, guys, we're not having it. Actually, I'm putting my foot down. None of us. No one's having it. If it's not in your contract, go and read your contract right now, and we're not having it. No violations. Any violations? Boom. Sound off. Speakers in boxes. Wires in boxes. Packing up. Dipping. I'm getting home 2-3 hours early. Didn't want to, but I'm not having no one mug me off. Not while I'm working. Nah. No. Also in this area, you can put other things that you want to, things of how you want to work. Now, I would say don't be outlandish. Don't be silly, guys. Don't start putting things in there where you're like, yeah, if that doesn't work, then I'm not doing it. If you do all of that stuff and you start flexing it, one, you're going to get bad reviews really, really quick. People will put your Google stars will go disintegrate. You won't have a business when someone says, I booked this guy, he said that I needed to do this, some outrageous thing that you've put inside the contract. You've turned up to the venue and then you're like, oh, I'm not DJing because that's there, and because that's there, I can't DJ. It's in the contract. You signed it. If you don't like it, I'll see you in court. If you do that, then bad news travels fast. So you don't want to do stupid things inside your contract, but put in the things that that are like you don't want to do. And for instance, you can't put things in, once again, requests. You can't say in your contract, no requests. Of course you can if you want, but I don't think that would be smart because obviously people are going to make requests. Oh, what? You've requested something? Oh, that's it. I'm packing away. Yeah, don't do that. But those are the things you can have. And I think one of the main things you should definitely have is don't take abuse, guys. Anything like that, we work hard enough as it is. So tolerating that on a day is a zero toleration. Zero tolerance. Zero toleration. What's going on? Yeah, zero tolerance. That's the one. We're not having it. So make sure that's inside your contract. We're not having it. No abuse. Point number 6. Cancellations and refunds. I believe every DJ should have a cancellation and refund policy. You have to, especially if you're a solo op, just like myself, and it's just you out there. You haven't got lots of other DJs underneath you. You need to be thinking about when you can't make it to a gig, whether you're ill, whether your car broke down, whether, your missus just had a baby and you want to be there. If something happens and you can't be there for the day, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What is the procedure? This is for you to think. Guys, I really want this podcast for you to use your brain. Use your brain. When that happens, flip it. So flip it to it's your birthday, it's your wedding. Think of it like this. It's your birthday, it's your wedding. You've booked a DJ. That DJ can't make it 2 weeks before. What do you expect that DJ to do for you? What do you expect that DJ who's let you down 2 weeks before to do for you? You might just be happy with a full refund. You might want them to replace and bring another DJ in. You might want them to keep the money and source another DJ. They've got all the information. They've got all the things. So you're like, you know what? It's 2 weeks away. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to find another DJ. The DJs that are going to be available are the ones that don't get booked much. I don't know if I want to do this. So this is when your brain needs to kick in, and then you need to say, when you can't make an event, what are you going to do about that? Are you refunding full? Are you replacing someone? Whatever it is that you are happy to receive, if you was in that position, that's what I think would be a good idea for you to then put into the contract. Also, if you're going to offer other DJ services, make sure you can do that. Don't just mention it inside your contract. Oh, if we can't book, then I'll get a replacement. And you're going to go on Facebook and you're just going to say, look, guys, is anyone available to that? Guy, that's a red flag. Like, I don't know. When it comes to brand, I can't do that. Because of my brand, guys, 247, I cannot go on Facebook and find a replacement DJ. I could not do that because they're going to expect someone on levels. So I couldn't just go in there and find some guy, yeah, I'm free, I could do it. Have you got lights? Have you got speakers? Yeah, I got lights and speakers. Fantastic. Mate, this is the date, this is the venue. Go there and just, this is their first dance. Play some, 80s, 90s, noughties, hip hop and R&B and some garage and you'll be sweet. Nah. If you can do that, that's on you. But if you can do that, I'd say think about upping your business and making it a place where that's not the, because this is mobile DJ mastery, guys. This ain't just some taker. This is mobile DJ mastery. We are all becoming masters in this field. And with that sort of mindset, this ain't the place for you. You might as well go to, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you might go to some cowboy DJ place because this isn't the place for cowboy DJs. We are masters in our craft, or trying to be, or working our way towards. I know I certainly ain't a master, but I'm on my way. And last but not least on the contract is obviously going to be a place where you both sign and date. That contract is not fully legally binding until both parties have signed and dated the contract. So make sure you get your one done. E-signatures. There are lots of online platforms what you could use. To be honest with you, I think some of them, they charge too much. There's one of them. I'm going to say DocuSign because I know we've all used DocuSign, yeah? And I remember years ago, I was like, oh, I need this. I need DocuSign. I need DocuSign. When I tried to get DocuSign, I think it was like £15-20 a month. And I was like, what? Wait, hold on. £20 a month so I can get people to sign documents. And it's different if you're getting documents signed every day. Yeah, pay it. Do you know what I mean? I ain't doing that. I'm not getting that many signatures all the time. So I don't need it that like that. So I would say definitely find a cheaper one, but just find one. Don't think that you're going to have your customers printing off PDFs, signing them by hand, scanning them back in, and mailing them to you. Oh my God. If you're doing that, you're violating. It's 2025, guys. No way. If any company asks me to do that, which one did recently, I tell them, we didn't have, I tell them, find another way. That's your job. It's your business. Find another way. If you want business, find another way. There's no way in hell. I've got the printer. I've got the scanner. I'm not using it. It's 2025. I'm not using it. I refuse. And I feel everyone should have that mindset. What? How dare you? So therefore, if that's the mindset, you got to update to that. So when you want someone to sign a contract, how do you expect them to do that? How do they sign your contract? Use some sort of digital platform so they can sign your contract. Make it easy. Make it simple. That way, you're going to have way more people signing your contracts, way more people booking with you. Why? Because the process was easy. And the process was simple. This is how we convert people faster. Some of you guys are doing the most. You're asking way too many questions inside your what do you call it, contact form. You've got too much, just too much, and it's not easy, it's not clear. I always say in my head, if there's anything I'm going to do, anything I'm going to set up, anything, whatever I'm doing, I like to make it easy and simple. The reason why is that if ever I'm not there and I can't do it, it should be something easy I can pass to somebody else and they can do it. And it's not too much of a rigmarole for them to jump on board and be up to speed. So if things are easy and easy and that kind of nature, if you need to get some replacement, it's easy. If anyone's doing it, it's easy. Easy, simple, that's the key. Even within your contract, easy, simple, easy to understand. I like to use big headlines so they know that that bit of jargon is defined, is that, this part, like some of the stages that we were just talking about, that will be in bold and then some jargon under it. That in bold, jargon up. So if they're skim reading, they can just skim read, yeah, that makes sense. Refund policy, great that they've got one. Cancellation, great that there's one there. They might read it and skim it over, but at least they know they're covered and they'll feel confident signing, buying, and booking you. You got the booking. Cheese on bread. We're winning. Like we said, if it's your first couple of bookings, celebrate those. Cheese. I'm inside. I'm about to leave my job. I need a couple more of these and I'm leaving my job. Yay! So let's quickly run down the things that you're going to need in your contract. And you're going to need more. Once again, guys, I'm doing the basics. This is the basics. We go to the basics, man. We're going to do intermediate in episodes further on. But right now, I'm looking after my broskies, man. I want to make sure everyone's up in. I want people to be up. I don't want people sitting in the room like, I think I know what they're talking about. No, I don't want no one in the room. I used to be that guy. I don't want none of you being that guy. When you're in a room with other DJs and you're talking, I want you to sit there with your chest and be like, yeah, I know what's going on here. I listen to Mobile DJ Marshall. I know what's going on here. Be involved. Don't be left out. On your basic contract, you're going to make sure, point number one, you're going to have who's involved. Your name and the client's name. Who is involved? Major key, need that on the contract. Number two, what are you going to be doing? What are you offering? What package did they book? What is it that you're going to do for them? What is it that's going on? We need that inside the contract. We need to know. Number three, payment terms. What are the payment terms? What it is that you're going to accept as a deposit and what is it that you're going to accept as a final deposit? Guys, like I said, it's your business as well. You know, you can do things how you want. You can have 2 deposits, 3 deposits. You can break it up into 4 payments. You can do a payment plan. You can use Klarna. Oh, guys, Klarna. You can sign up with Klarna, you know. You can have your clients paying Klarnally. You know what I mean? Look into it, man. If your clients are struggling to pay you and that, offer that to them. It's good customer service, man. God damn. Number 4, liabilities and responsibility. Who is liable for what and who is responsible for what? Number 5, T's and C's. Put the things in there that you know you do not want to tolerate in certain bookings. And obviously, when things happen, code reds. Put the code reds in there, i.e. crazy ass weather, i.e., you know, like I said, if someone's abusive, if someone's rude or disrespectful, and be decent about it. So if someone is rude or disrespectful, I always think it's good to go to let's say it's their brother or their uncle. They're being mad drunk and go over to the person, whether it's the person's birthday, whether it's the person's graduation, christening, wedding, and say, look, man, this person over there is being rude. If they continue, sadly, I'm going to have to pull the plug. Clearly, I don't want to. I'm raving. I'm having a great time. Everyone's having a great time. But that person keeps coming over to me. It's becoming uncomfortable. And I'm going to dip if they continue. So at least if you've told that person, in 10 minutes later, if you pull the plug, they had the chance to stop it. They didn't. Boom. Contract is there, ready to back you. Point number 6, cancellations and refunds. Have something inside your contract that so if you cancel or you can't make it, this is if you can't make it, your client is covered. Give them the confidence to book with you. And if you can't make it for whatever reason, there's something in there so they're covered and something's going to happen. And remember, do something that you would be happy with. Don't do something where you're like, I'm not happy with this, but I'm doing it. Bad customer service is bad thing, guys. Don't do it. Always think about what you would like. If you would like it, hopefully someone else will. Moving on swift. And last but not least, it's going to be your signature. Obviously, once it's signatures, all the things that have been put in there, we've both signed up to. I'm happy with what I've wrote in there. They're happy to sign up to it. Now you've got a legally binding contract. You guys are made in matrimony. No one can leave. It's set in stone. Now, like I said, guys, we don't want to use these things. We don't want to. All these things that we put in there, We don't want to use them. We just want to make sure we are covered if ever the doo-doo hits the fan. Guys, if you do not have a contract and you're worried about writing a contract or anything like that and you want some help with a contract, reach out to myself. I've got a nice little deal on with my solicitor where they are happy to do you a template of some kind for a very reasonable price, which I think is great. So if you don't have any contract whatsoever, this is if you don't, because the contract that we're dealing with here is a basic contract. We're not going to send you an advanced contract. An advanced contract, well, if you haven't got one, I think you should maybe look into getting one, depending on how you've been DJing for. But if you haven't got a contract and you need a basic contract for you to get started because you don't have one, reach out to myself on Mobile DJ Mastery Instagram and we will get something sorted out for you for a very reasonable price. Much more cheaper than it would be if you go privately. If not, head over to Google, look for solicitors that you are happy to work with and find out how much it is to get yourself a DJ contract made. They can be anything from, I'm going to just throw numbers out in the park. I'm going to throw anything from $150 to £400. Remember, guys, it's a one-off payment. This payment lasts you for as long as until you want to update it. My one that I've got for my guy, I paid £300 for. Now, this one is custom to me. It covers all the things that I do, international, regional. It covers me in all scenarios. All the things I've talked about, all the things that I've been through, I've put some of these things in my contract. So as the episodes go on, you're going to hear some things that I've learned, stories that I've learned, and I'm like, put that in the contract, put that in the contract, put that in the contract. I just explain what happened to the solicitor, and he turns it into this jargon that even when I read it, I'm like, does that even make sense, bro? But it will work in the court of law. In the court of law. And that's what I need to be covered because I'm not having certain stuff. And now, minimal things happen. Guys, you see me, I'm happy. You guys see me, I'm mad happy at these events because everything's the way I want it to be. Not that I'm controlling it, but I'm making it the best. So it's the best for me. If it's the best for me, it'll be the best for the client. So everybody wins. But if you want some help and you ain't got nothing, reach out to me and I'm willing to help you because I'm not having my DJ squad without a contract. And no, that automatically inside that contract is going to be the thing I just said to you about no violation. No violation. If anyone violates you, you're off ski. But make sure you give them a chance. But other than that, you're out. Damn, we're not having it, guys. Trying to mug my team. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this episode insightful and hopefully it's given you something. Even if you've already got a contract, it just made you think about a few things. If you have got a contract, why not read through your own contract? Some of us has had contract for the last year, 2 years, 3 years. When's the last time you read it? When's the last time you looked at it to see what's in there? That was 3 years ago when you did that. Have you looked at it? Does it need updating? Update it. Have a look at it at least. Come on, man. God damn. Anyway, guys, until next week, where we will be chopping up some more stuff. I need to drop one more gem before I dip. If you've made it this far as well, if you've made it this, I'm talking to, I know the people that had it the first 5 minutes and the people that got now, different gravy people. So if you've made it this far, my G, you know, Mike, do you know what, yeah? Write in the comments anywhere, whether that's on Spotify, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's on, Spotify on YouTube, because that's where the videos would be, or even on Apple. Just write gang, because that means you're part of the gang, my gang. This is where we can have our chats, you know what I'm saying? Gang, just write in there, gang, because I know that you are inside. If you're going to write that comment, there's one more other thing, because now I'm only talking to a few people. These are the hundreds. I can even change the podcast slightly at this part, because different people are here, different gravy. Guys, something is happening. Now, I said this a while ago. The reason why I wanted to get the followers on Instagram to 500 is because I'm going to be inviting a very elite amount of people to certain meetups, certain things, physical things that we're doing away from online. Now, the thing that will make it difficult is people are scattered everywhere, and this is going to be for the UK. So if you're in the US, you're more than welcome to travel. If you're in Indonesia, Nigeria, where so many people are listening, you're more than welcome to travel in if you want, and I'll definitely try my best to make it worth it for you. But we are bringing things to the masses. We are making small little meetups, nothing major, nothing big. It's just somewhere where this can become real, because like I said, one of the main things in DJing is having a DJ network. And if there's no real link ups, it's very hard for you to build and start a DJ network. So those things are necessary. But if you are interested in meeting up in real time, you have to go over to the Instagram. Because the only place, once these things start happening, the only place we're going to be talking about it is on Instagram. You will hear about it on the podcast, but you won't get no information. It's going to be on Instagram. So get on the Instagram. Don't miss out. That's if that sounds something, if that sounds interesting to you. If it doesn't, don't worry, man. Keep listening. Everything's all good. But other than that, jump on the Insta. So anyway, guys, same time, same place, next week, Mobile DJ Mastery. Cheese! Catch you on the next one.